What a question. I will see if I can do this in 10 minutes. First of all, you don't invoke your HGA. You come into awareness of your HGA. It's always there. If it were not there, you would not be, and I will get to that in a moment. In order to address this topic, we have to understand why the Abramelin operation is effective, and also what is the nature of the Holy Guardian Angel. The first thing we might notice is that the Abramelin calls for isolation. You remove yourself from the everyday world, the normal goings-on. You break away from your routine. And this is because you are breaking away from your habits, and you are going to establish new ones. A lot of people think that the Abramelin is overly complex, but it's not. What it is strenuous and hard, because changing your habitual nature is difficult. Most people don't even know the habits that they have. They don't realize why they do the things they do. And the Abramelin causes you to reorient your whole life so that you can align to the nature of your angel. And that is why your angel appears to you. It is about aligning with virtue and celestial harmony and becoming the temple for that divine presence. Think of it in terms of asana. In asana, you become aware of the body so that you can then let go of the sensation of the body with your pranayama, your breath work, thereby entering pratyahara and going within. And we would do well to think about the notion of the yogi going on some mountainside away from the village or away from their society to experience that which is outside the range of their normal everyday perception, and to get away from the ingrained habits. This is even more important today with the rat race of the world, which is not conducive to a mystical or spiritual lifestyle. We are ingrained within the material every day. We are bombarded with marketing that says, if you just had this or that, you'd be happier, or you would be seen as more esteemed or successful in life. And the Abramelin asks you to let go of all of that. You have to let go of all of that, and even your outward sense of self, in order to realize your angel. Yet it is obvious that the Abramelin isn't very practical this day and age. It's very difficult to accomplish because the requirements cannot be met by most people. They don't have the luxury of a lifestyle that would allow them to practice this right as originally intended. So it needs some adaptation. The first thing we need to do is cultivate the silence of the mind so that we can be at the crossroads thereof. Now, a lot of people get frustrated when meditating. They think they can't do it, that they can't calm the mind, and that's because they don't understand how the mind works. And they're not following the path of least resistance. They're fighting against it. Now, I've done videos on this before, and I will do so in the future. In order to accomplish this video, I don't have time to go over that right now. My point is, though, you want to attain the space between thoughts so that you're not holding space for those thoughts. You're not aware of them. They go away, and you're there at the crossroads of your being, where eventually you will find and align with the divine fire in you. This is the Holy Spirit. And what you have done is a yogic equivalent of going from the neophyte grade of the Golden Dawn to being seated in Tifereth as an Adeptus Minor. Now, working with the HGA was never part of the original Golden Dawn system, but bear with me, I'm going to show you how these things are related. Now, when you are seated at Tifereth, you're able to start to perceive your angel. This is not a visual experience of your angel. This is not being crowned by your angel. These are completely different things that I will explain in further videos. Now, why is finding this fire so crucial to working with the HGA? Well, it is because what the HGA is, in its essence, it is a personification of the God-breathed life in you and the divine life that is God. It is that silver cord talked about in the Bible that connects the part of God that God put in you and God in the boundless sense. So now that we have found this fire, the next important step is to become inflamed with prayer to align to the divine presence. And to that point, we need to understand that the holy guardian angel is a microcosmic representation to that which is called Emmanuel, which is the angelic name of the Christos. So, as Emmanuel is the angel of the presence of the Lord that brings the Holy Spirit into the world, or rather, brings the world into a greater awareness of the presence of the Holy Spirit, so is your holy guardian angel to your soul. Most practitioners do not understand what they have with the LBRP. They see it as a simple banishing ritual and never contemplate what exactly it is that is being banished. It can be thought of as a ritualistic form of asana, where you're letting go of that outward perception of the world to find your spiritual center. So we've done the LBRP and we are at Tifereth. Now what? Well, I recommend working with the sevenfold array of the Holy Spirit, that is to say, the Olympic Spirit. Work with them on their appropriate day, each and every day at dawn. Invoke an Olympic Spirit. Now, you're going to combine asana and meditation and fire scrying, because after you've set up your space and you've got that sacred fire there, you're going to look into it. You're going to become one with that fire and become inflamed with prayer. This is a very powerful and potent technique. Now, once you have gotten this practice down, you're going to take it to a subplanetary level. 7 times 7, or 7 reflected in 7, is 49. When those people who would become the Israelites came out of Egypt, they traveled for 49 days, praying and contemplating certain virtues before a new covenant with God was revealed on the 50th day. And Moses was in the presence of God once again when he received the tablet. From the Olympic spirits emanates the Heptarchy, the angels of the Benor. And I work with these angels as they are aligned to the 49 gates. Right? You can look that up. It's relevant to what we were talking about. It's those 49 virtues. And now what you need to do is not only contemplate those virtues, but ingrain them into your makeup, live them, incorporate them into your day-to-day life. Each and every day, practice one of those virtues. If you can't go on a retreat on a mountaintop somewhere, then you need to be spiritual in your everyday life. You need to understand that there is no separation between the mundane and the sacred. Everything is sacred. It's always there, but because of the mental chatter that we have going on in our head and the lives that we live, it's hard to see. It's not intuitive. We're blind to it. The truth is, you don't actually need ceremonial magic to attain your angel. Matter of fact, if you look at Appalachian folk practice, where you're doing works often to help people, to heal people, to survive, but also help your community, and these works are understood to be done through the work of the Holy Spirit, it's not you, you're just a conduit to it. Well, when you realize that you have that silver cord to the provider, to God, and you let the Holy Spirit work through you to help people and to make your community a better place, that aligns you to your angel. Being an angel for somebody else aligns you to your angel. Like, that is the secret of it. So you have to go inward and find your fire, but then you have to extrovert that and have that flow through your psyche and into the world. That is how you align to your angel. My hummingbird, my medicine animal, represents the path of least resistance by which my spirit flows through my psyche and takes a form because of the image thereof, of that psyche. Therefore, it represents both my spirit and my nature. As you can see, my holy guardian angel also carries this hummingbird motif. And that is because it is the relationship of my spirit to God, to the Spirit of God. The hummingbird leads me back to my spirit, and when I'm in my spirit, I can work with my angel. And then when I give myself so that that angel can come through, right? By aligning with the hummingbird and doing the medicine of the hummingbird, I find my angel.